The test tube consists of a hemisphere topped by a cylinder. The diameter of both the hemisphere and the cylinder is 12 centimeters. The height of the cylinder is 14 centimeters. Part 1, find the volume of the test tube in terms of pi. That means leave pi in your answer. Part 2, what is the height of the test tube? It's the entire height. And part 3, if the test tube is filled with water to half its height, find in terms of pi the volume of water in the test tube. Part 1, find the volume of the test tube in terms of pi. So the radius of each is 6 centimeters, because if the diameter is 12, then half of 12 is 6. The volume of the test tube is the sum of the volumes of the hemisphere and the cylinder. So the volume of the hemisphere is going to be 2 over 3 pi r cubed. So the formula for the volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So you could either use this formula that we have written here, or use the formula for a sphere, which is 4 over 3 pi r cubed, and then divide your answer by 2. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. So I'm going to go with this formula here. So we've got 2 over 3 pi times 6 cubed, because the radius is 6. And that gives us 144 pi. Remember, we want it in terms of pi. Then the formula for the cylinder is pi r squared h. So again, the radius is 6 and the height is 14. So the height was given to us in the picture in the question. And pi times 6 squared times 14 is 504 pi. So the volume of the entire test tube, we add them together to give us 648 pi centimeters cubed, because we have volume. Part 2, what is the height of the test tube? So what is the full height? From the diagram, the total height is going to be 14 plus 6, because remember the diameter was 12, so the radius was 6, so the distance from here to here is also going to be 6. And 14 plus 6 is 20 centimeters. So the height of the entire test tube is 20 centimeters. Part 3. If the test tube is filled with water to half its height, find in terms of pi the volume of water in the test tube. So remember, the full height of the test tube is 20 centimeters. So if the water is filled to half the height, then it is filled to a height of 10 centimeters. This is made up of the hemisphere, which has a height of 6 centimeters, and a cylinder, which has a height of 4 centimeters. So the volume of the water will be the volume of the hemisphere plus the volume of the cylinder that has a height of 4 centimeters. So the volume of the hemisphere we already got to be 144 pi. The volume of the cylinder is going to be pi r squared h. The radius is still 6 and the height is now 4. So pi times 6 squared times 4 is 144 pi. And add them together to get 288 pi centimeters cubed.